Matching hundreds. It's the coach, and this is the NFL on EA.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Let's go. Let's do this. My God. Who's 30? 5-4. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
First carry for James Conner. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Here we go, here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first and 10 is Conner. A check on the numbers last week for Conner. 19 carries, 121 yards, and a touchdown.
And when you put the ball in the end zone 13 times on the season, one thing is apparent. You didn't do it all on your own. Offensive line is creating some nice space for you, and you're probably getting some good blocks downfield from your wide receivers.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 23.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Ben leaves to Conner on the draw. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Roethlisberger. This is caught. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
They moved the ball pretty well there on the opening drive. You think they're okay settling for 3?
I don't think they're happy about settling for 3, but I think you're exactly right with the word okay, because they threw it well, they ran it well. Excellent balance for the first drive of the game.
Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. The 40, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. That a 92-yard kick return, and the Bengals have taken the lead. So they gave up the field goal, but boom, they get it right back. Don't even worry about getting their offense on the field. They return it on the kickoff.
So I see your 3 points.
And raise you
6. Double it up, coming right back at them. And if that's going to be the trade all game long, someone's going to be very happy with the end result.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance, as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
You're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now, to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now it's Roethlisberger. Ebron caught left side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I know you felt that one.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll try and run forward with Conner. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Let's go, fellas.
Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch QB drop.
Right back to Conner here on 1st. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Here we go. Blue, Black 80. Black 80. White 80. It's a party now. Black 80.
From the 39, Roethlisberger. Washington's got it.
Here we go.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Switch. Black,
Trying to get the 1st with Samuels. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will hand to Conner, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
I'm coming after you.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Exit.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Ben to throw again. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Enough to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a Saturday, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And Old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
That's to his running back, complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break. Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Oh, nice move. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback. It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice. He's so meticulous, isn't he? He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one. Now Joe Mixon, and he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Pretty quiet, team. Pretty quiet. Check it.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
30 base. Hey, here we go.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Watch the pass. Hey, high 7.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this over the middle deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. This one taken from the 7. Pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball. Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. Well, let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done. One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover. Big thanks to the defense. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a 1st down. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think. Yeah, it's not just the consistency. There's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too. A very solid gain of 27. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. Again, it's Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Short little throw to Ebron. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
That's where you belong.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Roethlisberger now 12 of 16 thus far. It's first and 10. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. Now they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Here's Roethlisberger finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Let's go, get excited. Let's go, let's go.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
On first down, McAllister refusing to go down. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. That run successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
Back now in Cincinnati. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Get it.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Offensively, with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
198.
They'll drop the throw. Buying time to his left. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down.
X3, 218, chopper.
They'll try and run with Mixon. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
So Big Ben and the Steelers now down 7-6. 1:50 to play. Needing at least 40 yards, you'd have to think, to have a shot. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll get that one complete to Connor. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time.
He's back to throw. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Carl Lawson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's up to 7 for 7 now on this drive alone. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald.
Let's go.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ballgame. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, befitting a tight game like this, it all came down to the wire. But in the end, the field goal to win, it goes begging.
Oh, man, that is a tough way to lose a football game. You put yourself in position, and you give yourself a chance. But it's just not meant to be.
And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium. That certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for Cincinnati, they'll hit double digits with their 10th win of the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll be guaranteed